was done in September, 9th of September precisely. Okay? Now, you want to tell, you are a journalist, okay? And apart from being a journalist, I'm pretty sure you're a rationalist as well. You rationalize things.
Let's not focus on me.
Okay, no, we're focusing on the census. I'm just drawing a line, okay? Now, from September to December, okay, I'm leaving the partners out and the other things. Let's even assume the money was given to us, all of the money for the census was given to us on the 9th of September when the president made a proclamation. From September to December, right? If we say we're going to conduct the pilot in December and then have the census done in December 2025, which is this December coming, if we want to procure tablets, we want to buy equipment, we want to have these tablets provision, can we be able to do that in 3 months? We cannot. We cannot at all. I'm coming.
Was this feedback you given to the office of the president?
Allow me
that
to land.
The timelines are unrealistic, that he had pronounced this census for 2025. Did statistics communicate to the office of the president that the timeline is unrealistic?
Allow me to land. Before we
respond to the questions that I asked.
No.
Did Statistics Sierra Leone provide that feedback to office of president or any other arm of government that the timeline is unrealistic, it's unachievable?
It is not our place at that time to go ahead and talk about whether the timelines are realistic or not. There's a reason why. The senior censuses are proclaimed every 10 years. Constitutionally, they were supposed to have been proclaimed. Now, whether the censuses happen in that year or not is another ball game. Mind you, we have never had a situation where censuses have happened in Sierra Leone on the exact date that they were proclaimed or the exact year that they were proclaimed. Let me just take you post-war. Let me first of all take you post-war.
Are you saying
2004? No.
Are you saying the president put you on the spot? Did the president put Statistics Sierra Leone on the spot?
Phebean, you're not allowing me. You're not actually allowing me to have like a chronological assessment or analogy.
We'll get there, but what you determine to be important as well sometimes may change. We would get things we need to interject and get clarity on. So you're saying the time frame. I'm still stuck on the time frame. Are you saying the president put Statistics Sierra Leone on the spot to declare that on the 9th of September and saying it would be done in 2025 December?
Simple answer, the president did his constitutional obligation.
Should it have been done earlier than that? To prepare you to execute the timelines?
It is not my place to tell the president to proclaim a census in 2022 or 2023, right? When he is the fountain of honor, he is the one. It is not statistics place. Let me not even individualize it. Let me institutionalize it. It is not statistics place to tell the president to proclaim the census in 2022 for 2025 when we already had a census that had happened midterm in 2021 or 2021, just maybe a couple of years earlier than that. Okay? Now, constitutionally, and I'll go back to that, censuses are proclaimed every 10 years. And I was about telling you about the historiography of censuses in Sierra Leone and how the dates have actually changed. You did not allow me, but let me still make it clear to you. Now, 63, that we had the census, after 1963, the first post-colonial census that we had. The next was to be in 73 rather. It didn't happen until in 74. 74 was to be in 84. It didn't happen until in 85. Same circumstances, right? Material and other logistical challenges, financial and otherwise. After the war, we had 19 years war, all right? That led to the census being conducted in 2004. 2004 was to be 2014 rather. It was pushed to 2015. Okay, even the midterm we had in 2020, in 2021 rather, was to have been in 2020. Now, census is Phebean, for all I know, and you can fact check this, is the largest statistical undertaking anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. It is a complex undertaking, which you just don't say. In fact, let me tell you, census dates, they change. The change of dates is not new. Other countries of the world, when once the president has proclaimed, and it is the same with Sierra Leone, the adjustment of the date based on plans that you have and other technical conditions that would come into it is something which is very acceptable internationally. All right, it is acceptable. Now, after that proclamation, I was telling you, we had from September, October, November, December, 3 months. If we were going to go by the 1 year between the pilot and the main census enumeration, December, to do 3 months to actually do the provisioning of the tablets. Can you get 20,000 tablets off the shelf? It's very difficult. Most times you would have to order for it to be produced. Even if you have it off the shelf, it would take procurement processes. To get the procurement processes, all right, till you come to a situation where that tablet comes in country, would be taking you something like 2-3 months. You come with the tablet, it has to be provisioned. Forget about the tablet, Jaya, other bits. Transportation equipment have to be bought. Other things have to be done. Consultants have to come. As we speak, we have 2 consultants that are in country. The cartographic consultant hired by UNFPA and the chief technical advisor also hired by UNFPA. They've been here. You just don't get up and you say, oh, we are going to go to the field to count. They work for census. Pardon me.
According to you,
prior the census.
According to you,
what you guys see
up until January, February of 2025, Statistics Sierra Leone was on track preparing for the census 2025. What went wrong?
I said what?
According to you, Statistics Sierra Leone was on track for putting together the census for 2025. What went wrong? Because I recall, I recall sometime, it could be, I think in January or February, you were in the studio seated on that same seat. And I asked you, I remember even asking you about the financial aspect. What would be the deadline that if the funds have not entered your account, that the census would not hold? You said, let's not even go there. You're sure that the government is committed and they would make the funds available. And when I pushed harder, you said it would be up until March 2025. So from that interview to now, what really changed? Because the tone of the conversation then was not hinting to the public that there are chances that this would not work because of the timelines.
Okay.
The conversation was you were on track. So what went wrong from that period to now?
Nothing went wrong. Now, let me just make this clear. Finances have not been a problem to the census.
Have you received the money yet?
As we speak, from the government side, we have received up to $800,000. What's
the percentage of that to the entire budget?
The percentage of that to the entire budget is something, well, from government commitment, because it's not just about government that is going to actually pour finances into the census. UNFPA is there, other partners are there that are pouring. But the government committed $6.5 million for this year. They have given us $888,039.
What's the percentage of that?
That is something probably around 12-15%. Okay?
And you say money is not the problem?
Money is not the problem. Because
money is not the problem. You've received less than 20% of the budget.
From the government's own side, if you've given close to a million of 6.5 million, all right, that could probably even go up to 25-30%, okay, if my math is correct. If you've given close to that. Now, that is not the point. They committed 6.5 million to the process. They've given us close to $1 million for the process, okay? Now, they remit these monies. They just don't take the monies and send it to our accounts like that. They created a special account at the Bank of Sierra Leone. What happens is we receive the monies based on requests and activities. So it is activity based. It is not a situation where you just request for the money. Oh, we want all of the money to come and be seated in our accounts. No. When you are due for activities and activities that are actually working or are proposed for this year, we've received the funds for them from the Government of Sierra Leone. Okay, and we want to, for that, thank the Ministry of Finance, okay, for what they have done so far. So let me come back to be very honest, we are not going into a banter. You know, you initially cited the press release of the opposition. You said they made allegations.
Yeah, we'll get to the allegations. We just want to get the institutional perspective of what has been going on within Statistics Sierra Leone that has led us to this point.
Okay.
Now, perhaps we could get to their point. Another thing it's bringing is questioning the competence of Statistics Sierra Leone. That first of all, yesterday we had Abdul Karim from the APC, and he was saying that you, Statistics Sierra Leone, are also now even making the president look bad. That he pronounced publicly that 2025 December there'd be census. And now the institution charged with the responsibility of executing that, making his word come to pass, is now saying it's postponed to 2026 December.
So do you feel, let me just ask you.
My feelings don't count in the conversation.
Do you feel Statistics as an institution would just get up one morning and change the census date without the consent of the president? Does it make sense? It doesn't. Okay? We just didn't sit, just as you presenting it, that we just got up one morning and we changed the census date just to make the president look bad. That is very preposterous, to say the least. We changed the date of the census based on advice we got from international partners, recommendations we got from international partners, and then in consultation with the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, our supervisory ministry, we took it up with the presidency. The presidency approved the change of date. And that is what has brought us to where we are. So to say it is an embarrassment to the president, I'm not talking, I don't want to go into, you know, the details of that. I didn't actually listen to what he said. But as far as I'm concerned, we did it with the blessing of the president. Okay?
One of the strongest allegations they're making is that you're now, let me summarize this, sort of insinuating that you're in cahoots with the SLPP-led administration. This is intentional to postpone it as a way of repeating what was done in 2021 to present skewed or flawed figures for the census, also to alter the electoral calendar, which he was saying the census should have been put together 24 months before the next electoral cycle.
Are you insinuating that they said we are working?
I'm asking you, I'm presenting to you the allegations that the main opposition, All People's Congress, is putting.
No, when you said,
so if you're responding, you can't ask me if I am saying. I'm bringing to you. I'm bringing to you what the main opposition. And again, yesterday we invited you to be a part of the conversation. You were to be in our studio.
I didn't get that invite.
Okay, you were to be in our studio, according to the producers, to be part of that conversation. We only had the APC and a civil society representative in studio. But again, I'm presenting to you submissions from the APC rep, the allegations that the main opposition is now levying against Statistics Sierra Leone, saying you're working with the government to intentionally delay the census so you would bring skewed and flawed figures like 2021 and then alter the electoral calendar.
This is what I wanted you to clarify when I asked. You initially said we're working with the SLPP.
That's what APC says.
That is what you, okay, so that is what I wanted to clarify. Working with the government is different from working with the SLPP.
Oh, he was specific to say SLPP.
The SLPP is a political party. The government is what every institution in this country would work with.
He specifically said SLPP.
Okay, that is what I wanted to clarify. Right. Now, since that is clear, let me make this very, very clear. Statistics Sierra Leone is a semi-autonomous body created by an act of parliament. Nobody in Statistics Sierra Leone is allowed to publicly support a political party, not even the statistician general. We even had a situation, and I'm making this, you know, for clarity purposes, so we all understand. Whilst, you know, so this idea of, oh, you are working with the SLPP, or you want to skew the results and stuff like that, so it can be put to rest. We even had a situation, and I'm part of it, I was there, where somebody applied to be made director at a very, very important division within Statistics Sierra Leone, right? Was giving an offer, okay, for the job, Along the line,